thank you to the Olympians that have come out to support me. It is truly amazing to see 8, 10 Olympians now on deck, I think we have, to come out and support me. It touches my heart in a sport that I love so much to have the best of the best come out to be part of Team Jeff.
In life in general, forget about sports. I mean, you're going to go through your ups and downs, and he's kept this attitude, which is just unbelievable how positive he is, and you know, it's amazing. And I look up to that, and it's pretty special.
I believe that I can accomplish anything as long as I am mentally strong and accept all the support behind me. To introduce a friend, fellow Trojan, and longtime supporter in the swimming world, 4-time gold medalist, 6-time world record holder, gone on to be a great sportscaster, and now our motivational speaker and MC for the day, Naber.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jeff. One of my favorite sayings is that a burden shared is half a burden, and a joy shared is twice a joy. This UCLA Bruin is a butterfly specialist. She won a bronze medal at the 2008 Olympic Games. I've since had the pleasure of working with her as an expert analyst on the sport of swimming. Earlier this year, she was featured in an article in Athletes Quarterly. She is Kim Vandenberg. Come on up here. She competed in her first Olympic trials at age 15. She competed again 4 years later, and then 4 years after that, before finally making her first Olympic squad. I believe she is the current world record holder in the women's 200-meter individual medley. It's Ariana Kukors. This young lady almost won a gold medal at the Olympics in London, 0.4 of a second at the end of a 10,000-meter open water swim. She also almost qualified for the U.S. Olympic team in the pool in the speed races. She calls the 800 free a speed race. Ladies and gentlemen, USC Trojan and the Olympic silver medalist, Haley Anderson. The last time I swam competitively was in a relay, 2 men, 2 women. It was an exhibition relay. And one of the ladies on this team was just a teenager hoping someday she would become an Olympian. She did become an Olympian in 2008, and shockingly, she had that opportunity taken away from her because of an unlisted ingredient in a vitamin additive. And rather than give up the sport, she continued to train during her exclusion, found her way back onto the Olympic team, won a handful of medals in London. Jessica Hardy. When the Olympics were in Los Angeles in 1984, she won a silver medal in the 100-meter backstroke. She also won a gold medal by being a preliminary swimmer on the U.S. medley relay. 4 years later, she swam on the U.S. relay again and made the Olympic team in Seoul, Korea. 3 medals to her credit. Currently the athletic director at Caltech in Pasadena, Betsy Mitchell. In 1995, Mark Schubert, then the USC coach, came to me and said, "John, we have a guy who's going to erase all of your backstroke records." I said, yeah, okay, yeah. I believe you tell that to all the kids. He says, "No, this guy is really interesting." And he started working out by getting on a bus and going to pools, learning how to swim, and he became so good that he earned 3 gold medals in the 100, the 200 back, and the medley relay in the year 2000. He was Michael Phelps's first Olympic roommate, and then 4 years later, after having shoulder surgery, after being out of the water for years, came back and made the Olympic team to win another gold medal. He currently runs the most successful swimming academy, learn programs all over the country. It's none other than Lenny Krayzelburg. There is no USC Trojan that has won more Olympic medals than the next person I'm about to introduce. She won 3 medals at the 2008 Olympic Games and 3 more in 2012 in London. And yet, the thing that kept her going was not the medallion around her neck, but the time on the stopwatch. My favorite story is when she told her coach she wasn't sure he was giving her the right instructions. He said, follow the process. Trust your coach. She did, and the door opened to success. None other than Rebecca Soni. When Jeff announced that he was sick, everybody had an outpouring of support, emotional support. But the first guy to pull the trigger and actually do something was our final Olympian. This gentleman has been a member of 3 U.S. Olympic teams, I believe captain of 2 of them, and I've only screamed at my television twice in my life. Once was the Miracle on Ice hockey game for the U.S. Olympic hockey team beating the Russians, and the other time was what now is always referred to as the Jason Lezak relay. He helped Michael Phelps win 8. He's got 8 Olympic medals of his own. Jason Lezak. Who was the first Olympian you ever met and its impact on your future Olympic career? Raise a hand if you've got a story to tell us real quick. Jessica.
Christine Quantz was the first Olympian I ever met. I've had her autograph hanging on my wall for many years, and she inspired me to be the best breaststroker I could be.
That's a great story. Yeah. And her married name now is Julian, Jeff's wife, so that's a wonderful story. So please take that home with you. You don't have to be an extraordinary person to be an Olympian. You just got to be an ordinary person who does what Olympians do.
Swimming is such a tough sport. Swimming, we chose a very tough one, and you all, I give a lot of credit to everybody here, whether you're a swim parent or a swimmer, because we have so many ups and downs, not only every day in practice, but every season and then throughout your entire career. And similar to what both Jessica and Ariana said, it's not about what the ups and downs are. I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. So whether you have a bad race, you just say, well, I need to learn from it. I learned something from this. And there's a lot of self-power that comes with being able to kind of separate yourself from the disappointment and just learning and taking a step forward, saying, this made me a better person today. How? What am I doing with this that is making me better?
About overcoming adversity, the ups and downs of training for the Olympics, motivational inspiration. Anybody have a thought? We've got a bunch of downs. Lenny had surgery. Ariana had a last-minute miss. Jessica, of course, you had a horrible thing happen to you. So everybody's had issues. What's the lesson we take from it? Jessica.
I have no idea. I think finding strength in people around you was the biggest thing, like letting my guard down, but also wanting to be the best version of myself. It's super cheesy, but I didn't have anything to prove to anyone but myself, and still try to be better than myself every day. That's, I think, the theme you'll hear from all of us, is we really just strive to be the best that we can be. Sorry, it's cheesy.
Oh, God. Yeah, in 2008 I missed the Olympic team by 8/100ths of a second, and I think the biggest thing I've learned over the years is to take as much as I can from those failed opportunities. I say time and time again, I failed a million times, and that's what made me a success. But I think that, as a lot of people will say, you can learn so much every time, you make a mistake or you're embarrassed by something, you have a bad race, whether it's in your sport or your life. There's so many awesome lessons that can be taken away from that. So I say don't shy away from failing, and appreciate and love the experience enough to let it grow you in some way.
I say most people encounter an obstacle and they say, ooh, I wonder if I can get over that. Olympians encounter an obstacle and they say, ooh, I wonder how I can get over that. I believe. I am strong.
I am ready. And I will win. Thank you all. I love you.